Hey guys, it's Drifting. I'm sorry I had to do this, but I've gone through a major update about this slideshow because the old one had just got deleted. So I'm going to be recording again on the 10 best character that must be added to Sprunki. But this is the new update, so I'm just gonna call this a re-upload. So, in case you don't know what Sprunki is, it's actually an Box mod that replaces the men in the original game with cartoon characters. It's also a horror game because if you just drag that black hat on, the whole system will get cursed and anew, yeah. So, here are the 10 characters that actually must be added to the gate. But please note, they are my OCs, and you can find them in the Spunky Fan and Wiki. And like usual, the timestamps will be in the description. So, let's begin. Starting off strong, we have the first of my OCs, which is Bassbreaker. As you can already tell, that Bassbreaker has a mask on his head, and he needs that mask. Bassbreaker lived in a peaceful world of dubstep called the world of Dubbeat. One time he was sent there before the planet exploded and he survived, but his mask actually is what he needs to survive. Usually he liked being alone until he met Orin. They're a great fez and actually Bassbreaker actually never let Orin down even during the events of horror mode. This is the horror image. He still survived because of his mask. He also appeared in a blood contamination AU with a rifle. Next up, we have the second of my OCs, which is Mitalli. As you can tell, Mitalli has a little grin on her head and two glaring eyes and two horns on his head. Mitalli was busy designing stuff for the railroad track that she made for high-speed travel until she hears some loud music and she came along and saw Ratty performing on stage. She quickly gone to Reddy and tell him that what he did can disturb the, even the people from afar. And then she comforts him by saying that she can join him. And yeah, to her surprise, Reddy agrees and they became great friends. Plus, she's the only one that Reddy is actually comfortable with. Here's the horror mode image. Her instincts cause her to actually go crazy. If you just probably think that objects or like celestial beings are just made of mister because of a boy, then you are dead wrong. This is Miss Cloud. Miss Cloud actually lived with Mr. Sun and Mr. Tree for a long time, and all three of them has actually great abilities to help those Sprunkies. While Mr. Sun spreads sunshine and joy to others, and Mr. Tree helps by giving them peace of shelter, on a hot summer day, Miss Cloud will just give an a gust of breeze to cool it all off. Here's the horror mode image. She actually turned evil. Next up is a very important character, which we call is Valk. Valk has lots of horns on his head and she carries an axe on his back. She lived in a good kingdom called the Royalty and became a bounty hunter there. For her bounty today, she was hired to assassinate all hostile cultists and keep the passive ones alive. She first saw Gearyn standing by, trying to do some rituals, asked he was hostile or not. Gearyn explains that Gearyn is not a hostile cultist, and they became friends, and they completed their bounty together. Their reward? They survived as a reward from the king. Here's the horror mode image. She also likes to sing Royalty by Exod and Maestro Chai's Fignoni and will happily do so whenever she listens to that NCS song. You know what time it is now. This is one of my favorite OCs that I have actually made because he got actually featured by SCV Zukon or whatever that name is. He is actually the most popular of my OC, and he has a Canarian body. But if I were to describe him between him like animal like features, I would compare him to a horned lizard because he has horns, he can squeal, and he sometimes can even squirt blood out of his eyes. Just like SCP Zukon stated, he carries a mighty mutation axe that allows him to transform every single Sprunky into a mutant horror with just one swing. You ever want to know why he got so popular? Well, ask Gwenda. She knows. Just don't encounter him in horror mode. Her instincts actually got crazy. Next, we have Queen Angel and King Virtue, and these are the first ones to actually have two characters in the game. Queen Angel was actually basically a young person who was given a quest to find a stone. And when she given the required items to awaken that stone, King Virtue is summoned. They actually created a kingdom called the Royalty when they are given angelic powers by King Virtue. That's right here. And they have a daughter named Valk, which they hired her to be the Valkyrian bounty hunter. Their powers are so strong that they are immortal, even in horror mode. Next, we have Icicla. Icicla is like one of the elemental Sprunkies, and and if you can see, she looks like that one person you might know, but yeah, she's not. She's the leader of the elements, actually. Icicla, yes, she's the leader of the elementals. She guides the other four, like the other four that had different elemental powers. She's channeled with ice. Icicla's channeled with ice. Dolagirl's channeled with earth. Titus is channeled with water. Wildfire is channeled with fire. And Zayfard is channeled with air. If they get enough S's, they can unleash their full powerful forms. Like, literally. Actually, there is actually one more elemental that I would like to explain, but I'll do so later in the video. Here's the horror mode image. Next up is Gearyn. Gearyn is actually a mythological Sprunky. As you can tell, he is actually a mechanical clockwork one, with the two eyes representing the letters XII, with a clockwork screw on his head and a mechanical soul heart on his chest. And if Gearyn ever gets stuck or like his instincts just stop moving, then you can twist the screw to help him get moving. But that's not the only thing he can do. He can actually distribute some of his energy to other people by doing some love injection into their hearts. So far, he had done it on Clara by doing so. Yeah, she used her permission. He can also tell the time by looking at himself. Here's the horror mode image. Now we're talking about the next elemental of this kind. This one is Lil Star. Lil Star doesn't have Mr. or Mrs. She instead actually has a little, like a name referred to as a little kid. If you ever see her at night, you need to wish for her whenever she zooms past and sing her favorite song in order to get that wish to come true. And when you say that what her favorite song is, no, it's definitely not Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I don't think she's might like it. No, she's not. Anyways, here's the horror mode image. She is literally not villainous. Last but not least, we have come to the creator of this Sprunkyverse, which is Thea X Voidaria. I mean, look at how powerful he actually is. He created the entire Sprunkiverse, but it actually come in contact with calm and hatred with one another. He wanted to get balance over this entire Sprunkiverse, so he makes sure he hired an assistant to help him. Also, he has a smaller form named Fia, and her assistant is named Andromeda. With Andromeda in command, the ex-Voidaria vows to keep the universe safe. Anyways, that's it for the updated characters that needs to be added to the game. Just like or subscribe, and I'll stop adding more OCs. Anyways, these are the people that I actually love. Please, just like and subscribe, so who knows? Well, yeah. Anyways, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching.